You know, it was only 2 weeks ago where on the show we did the Chris Hansen To Catch a Predator thing. I feel like we talk a lot on the show about pedos and pedophiles and trying to catch them and trying to thwart them. And it's interesting, right after that episode happened, I discovered that a guy, a teacher from my high school, turns out he was a pedophile. This is a guy, I guess I can say his name, it's a news story now. This guy named Mr. Kilboic. Weird last name. Mr. Kilboic, he was my earth science teacher in ninth grade. And Mr. Kilboic was a weird guy. He was filled with autisms, I mean, to the brim. When he spoke to the class, he would always look up the whole time as if he was afraid to talk to us. We're just children. And he would talk to us like this. So over here you can see that the biology shows you. And everyone, all the girls especially, but even the guys, they would always be like, man, that Mr. Kilboic, what a freak. What a weirdo. And I always thought he was a nice guy. He seemed like a nice dude to me. And I'd defend him because I liked my earth science class. I'm a fan of science. I'm a fan of these things. So I thought, you guys are being mean because he's got a little bit of stage fright before he talks to the kiddos. Well, no, it turns out he was fucking a girl in his family, an underage girl in his family, and producing child pornography and distributing it. Maybe I'm not the best judge when it comes to pedos, and maybe that's why I have this obsession with finding them, hunting them down, and making them pay. And so that's why tonight on the show, for the first time, I believe, in a real in-depth scenario, we're going to talk about a goon who's been a part of the show for a little while now, and I haven't really brought him into the forefront here on the Sunday show. That's right. Tonight on the show, we're talking about Robert Robinson, a confirmed pedophile, a guy who actually raped a 13-year-old girl and impregnated her. Let's go bully the internet. This is Pod Awful.
Pod Awful sucks.
When you're sucking back and you wanna die, Pod Awful makes that worse. You're covered with leaves, they won't let you fly. Pod Awful quench your thirst.
You know what? You're not funny. I want to really kick your ass.
I'm in that ass, bro.
That's right. Pod Awful, Jesse PS, your host. You can find me on Facebook, facebook.com/Jesse PS. I'm joined by my beautiful wife, Skylar, of course. Hi, Skylar. So we've been dealing with this Robert Robinson guy for a little while now, and I don't even know where to begin with him. The storyline has gotten so deep, and yet we haven't really been covering it on the show properly. So I'm going to have to try to find a jumping off point to get you guys up to speed on board with this. They're saying in the chat room right now, oh God, LOL. Skylar, any excitement over Robert Robinson in the chat room tonight?
Not just yet.
Okay, so I will need some help with that.
Robert Robinson should die, according to Ray.
Okay.
Of course, we all agree with that.
Yes, Robert Robinson should die. Again, a real confirmed pedophile. I mean, this is confirmed. We know for a fact this guy has fucked kids and continues to this day to have a fetish for fucking kids. Now, he has denied this to us specifically. Let me bring you up to speed on Robert. He's a guy who lives in Augusta, Maine. In the ball sack of fucking America, right at the taint, where the only thing to do there is to fuck children. And we're already getting a phone call. Let's go ahead and take this call. Guys, you can call into the show tonight on our Skype line, our Skype name, Pod Awful. I'd love to talk to you guys tonight. If you have any opinions on Robert, if you have any questions on Robert, we will be taking calls tonight. We've got Alex on the line. Alex, hi there.
Hey, how's it going? Just
Pretty good. Big Al, everybody. Big Al. Now, Big Al...
no, you got it right the first time.
Big Al, what do you have to say about Robert Robinson?
He's the creepiest guy I've ever seen in the Facebook group, and it's a creepy fucking Facebook group.
We have a pretty fucking creepy Facebook group. By the way, join our Facebook group, podawful.com/cult. Yeah, what's that?
I said, oh yeah, join it. It's so much fun.
Yeah, definitely join it. podawful.com/cult. But yeah, what can you tell people about Robert Robinson? Just if we had to start somewhere with Robert, where would we start?
Okay, everybody has that set in their mind of what a pedophile looks like. You're right. Whatever you think, a gross pedophile looks like, that's what Robert Robinson is. He's the personification of that.
Yeah, that's actually very true. If you're imagining a pedophile, you've got it right, except imagine him slightly worse. And by the way, those of you who already know of Robert, I've got an interesting factoid that I am very excited to share with you. Skylar and I were laughing over this quite a bit the other day when we found this out. Robert, because he is a convicted pedophile, he was accused and tried for 3 counts of pederasty.
3?
3 counts of it. Yeah, it was all the same charge, but 3 times. I'm not sure why they do that sometimes, even though it's only one person. I don't really know how that shit works, but yeah, he got it 3 times for fucking a 13-year-old while he was 23 or 24, and he impregnated her. And Robert, so all of his information is of public record. We're not doxing anybody here. Our goon is a legitimate pedophile. Like, I can say that as much as I want because it is on the books that he's a pedophile. You don't want it to be on the books that
Public
you're
record.
a pedo. It should not be public record that you're a pedo. Robert Robinson, for those of you who don't know, he's very fat. He's missing teeth. He literally wears pedo glasses.
With the string.
What's that?
With the string, so you don't lose them.
With the string so you don't lose them. Whatever you're imagining right now for pedo glasses, you're right. That's what he wears. He lives in filth. He lives in squalor. In fact, I'm about to show you guys a video to prove that. But here's the funniest thing to me and Skylar. We just discovered his height, which is 5'2", ladies and gentlemen. You do not want to be Robert's weight and be only 5'2". Now, of course, Big Al, you're a big guy.
6 foot, yeah.
6 foot tall, but, I was talking about fat. But 6 feet tall, you carry that a little bit better, right?
Yeah, definitely.
He is nearly a foot shorter than you.
Christ.
How gross is that? I don't think any of us have been sitting around picturing him being essentially a midget. I mean, as a man, when you're under 5'5" as a guy, there's no hope for you.
Yeah.
He is below manlet. He's now reaching midget territory. Okay.
Well, that makes sense. He needed to go younger to get the right height difference.
Yeah, that's true. That's why he goes after young girls, is so they'll be just his height. Now, how great is it that Robert Robinson's 5'2"? Can you imagine a guy wandering around looking like Robert? He's that small. Now, here's another thing we need to let you guys know about Robert. He has personally threatened myself and Skylar multiple times to come to our home to do God knows what to us, right, Skylar?
Yeah, very creepy.
Very, very creepy. So
how would he know his way around? He's never been to New York.
He's never been to New York. Now, this is another thing, is Robert claims that he goes to New York all the time and that he was going to come here, and that's why he was threatening us that he was going to come to our home. He made insinuations that he knew where our address was. But, of course, Robert has never been to New York. He instead photoshops himself into videos and pictures of New York. But even if Robert came to New York, Skylar, imagine this. Even if Robert came to New York and he came to our home and he was threatening us, let's say he came with a knife or something, I don't know. The man is 5'2".
Yeah.
You could stop him with a hamburger, all right? So I don't know what that means, but it sounds right. He's very small.
Jesse?
Yes.
I just did some research. So,
Okay.
for people who've been a fan of Pedophile for a long time, you would remember the Douglas Levison chat, right?
Of course, guys. We talked to the trumpet midget known as Douglas Levison. He's the guy who was on the New York City streets getting mad at another guy for blowing a trumpet and going, "You gotta respect the silence! Come on!" He looks like a little Jewish lady, but he's a man. Yeah, go on. Well,
So,
Douglas Levison.
Do you remember what his height was?
I do not know.
It's 5'5".
No way.
Yeah.
There's no way. We call him the trumpet midget.
Yes.
Robert Robinson is shorter than the trumpet midget. You've got to be kidding me. That's insane.
5'5" to 5'4", one of those ones.
That is insane. All right. Well, there you go. Now, guys, I'm going to show you what Robert Robinson lives in so you have an idea of him. Robert Robinson, we've got a video here. He constantly puts up videos. He's got 1 million accounts on every social media platform. He's under millions of accounts. He's got millions of YouTube accounts. You might also know him as Robert Cassio. He goes by many names on the internet. This is Robert Robinson's home. This is a video he uploaded himself of him walking through his house. Take a look at the squalor that he lives in. So, so just right off the bat, there's garbage all over the floor. And, of course, he lives in a I think this is kind of a home they give you if you don't make money, a government home.
The trash can is left open so that you can just throw your shit in there. Why doesn't he just throw his shit in there?
Great question, but it's impossible to know the answer. Now, hang on a second. The video just skipped a little bit. We have to see this part. What is this big pile of stuff in front of his sink? What is... it looks like used napkins, tissues, paper towels.
Like, honestly, I thought it was diapers when I came across
it. It might be his diapers. What's that?
I have to go with Skylar. That's the instant thought of, is that fucking diapers?
It might be his diapers. It's a pile. I mean, up to past your ankles of these things. And, of course, sitting right in front of that are his poor cats. He has 2 cats there, at least. And those poor things live in this absolute hellhole. It's disgusting. Truly terrifying stuff. And, of course, he's just wandering through his apartment with a GoPro for no reason. Playing cards all over the floor. I mean, the place is disgusting. Absolutely filthy. I think you guys get it. So that is Robert Robinson in a nutshell. I mean, is there anything that we missed, Big Al? Is there something that we need to tell the people about Robert? Something imperative to this that they need to know?
He doesn't like wearing clothing.
Well, he does like to sit around with no shirt on quite a bit. That's true.
Speaking of
and sit around in the road.
Yeah.
Speaking of no clothing, special thanks to Melanie for sending me the collection of photos of him on Encyclopedia Dramatica where he's fucking hair.
What is the name for him on Encyclopedia Dramatica, Skylar?
Robert, well...
Do they call him Robert Cassio?
Yeah, it's
on there?
Robert Cassio.
So Robert Cassio, this is like a known guy from the internet. I mean, when I say we're going to go bully the internet, that's not any less true tonight just because it's one of our goons. This is a guy who is well known under a different name by the internet at large. When Encyclopedia Dramatica has an article on you, you're a well-known internet figure. Half the time, that's going to be a very bad thing.
Yeah, you're not even the only podcast he's like a fan of or part of.
No, he has infiltrated his way into many other shows, many other people's lives, but I'm not sure any as personally or as close as my own, because he has threatened me by sending me my address, by saying he's going to come here, and it gets worse tonight. We're going to show you how it gets worse tonight. We do know for a fact that he keeps pictures of Skylar on his computer, as well as other female listeners of our show. We assume that he jacks off to those violently. Would you say, Skylar? He's probably jacking to your picture violently.
Oh, I really don't want to think about that.
Well,
currently, probably.
Yeah, currently probably jacking off. And he might be watching us right now. That's another thing. He watches the show. He watches every night. He takes notice when we don't have an episode, This is a guy, and he blogs about it. He vlogs about it. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is Robert Cassio, a.k.a. Robert Robinson. As we know him, this is one of our top goons and has been for some time. And I just want to, you know what? If you don't believe me, and we need the proof for his pedophilia. For a long time, Robert, he would call into the show. We've had him on our Friday night Hangout Explosion show before. We've had him call into the show before. Robert claims he is not a pedophile. He does not like it when we say this about him. And I must insist that we do. And here's another video that Robert very recently uploaded where he's talking about another YouTuber who is on the the name of the video is Everyone Jump on the Bandwagon #anti-pedosexual hate train on YouTube. So we
gotta stop hating those pedos.
Yeah, you guys, you can't hate the pedos. Are we? The pedos are too good. All right, let's take a listen to this.
So over the last 24 hours, I've seen a whole bunch of videos sprout up about this woman Jen with 2 N's. About these 2 videos she made a year ago. It seems kind of a little bit to me like, kind of like there's a weird kind of witch hunt kind of going on about sex offenders and pedophilia and
A witch hunt. I'm sorry, Robert. That is not what you call a witch hunt. It's okay to hunt pedos. You're criminals and you're dogs that need to be put down. It's not
a witch hunt if witches were real and we needed to hunt them.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. In this scenario, witches are real and performing magics to turn people into toads. Yeah, okay. Who would be against that witch hunt where the witches are actually putting curses on people and they're real?
Robert Robinson.
Child molesters and shit like that. And I personally believe it's because people can't, hate on homosexuals anymore. That's
it.
In good taste because they have rights and stuff now.
Let's be clear. A lot of pedos also homosexual. So it's 2 for 1 if we go for the pedos.
Now. And it makes no sense to me. Like, why, all of a sudden, a year after these videos are made, they're, going after this woman.
Robert,
and the biggest
Robert, by the way, also has autism, which he admits to. So,
Jesse, don't you know the rule? After a year, you can't make fun of a video.
That's very true, guys. You cannot make fun of videos after a year. Now, Robert has autism. He's a part of Pizzagate. He's a pedo. He's basically a lot of things that we're into hating on this show. I mean, he's kind of the perfect goon.
That, like these people always say is, oh, kids ain't smart enough to consent because their brains haven't fully developed, and
you should never say that sentence with that voice. You don't get to use the sarcasm voice while saying that. That's like going, and I guess I shouldn't become a terrorist and fly planes into buildings, and no, shooting the president is a bad idea. Robert.
Have enough life experience and blah, 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 blah.
Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, whatever.
Ridiculous, right?
That's ridiculous.
Because I know a whole bunch of adults who you could say the same thing about, that they haven't had enough life experience. They're too stupid to consent. They're so, like, to me that makes literally no fucking sense.
To Robert, that makes literally no fucking sense. So, Robert, are you a pedophile? Do you believe you should be able to have sex with underage girls? Yes or no? Now, here's something we need to point out about Robert as well. He lives in Maine, and in Maine, the age of consent is 16 years old. And that's going to be very important for our story tonight because while that seems very low to most of us, it is technically legal where he's from. And Robert seems to often talk about 16-year-old girls. He's trying to go as low as he can. But when you go to Robert's Flickr, Robert Cassio's got a Flickr out there. When you go to his Flickr, when you find his jailbait account, there's a website for jailbait. When you find that account, you'll see he ain't looking at the 16-year-olds on there. No. We're talking 12, 11, 10, 9. It's basically all of his photos are a countdown to liftoff. I'm not kidding. I would not be shocked to see a baby on there at this point. I really wouldn't. The only thing I haven't seen is a male. But we might have some evidence that proves that he's also a gay guy that we'll share with you later.
I don't think you understand. That 9-year-old was very mature for her age.
Yeah, well, some 9-year-olds are. And here's one thing we forgot to tell you about Robert. One of the things he's very much into is long hair. So Robert we also believe he might have started watching the show because I have long hair. Don't worry, we've already made the joke. Robert is into long hair. So it's a lot of young girl photos where they have long hair. They're making specific note of the length of this girl's hair. He's very into hair. In fact, he has photos online of himself coming in the hair of dolls and mannequin heads. You can see his dick if you want to, guys. I don't know why you would want to see that, but you can.
Be about.
Also in the Facebook chat, he's rated every single girl of the show of hottest to like worst.
That's also true, yes. Robert is very much into the girls of Pod Awful. He thinks Cute Piku is very cute. He recently put out a video about that. Let's keep listening to this real quick.
I don't think this woman did anything wrong by making these videos and questioning some of the things that she was questioning.
Also, Hitler did nothing wrong.
And, you know, I mean, if you disagree with her points, then fine, whatever. It's her fucking opinion. And that.
Now, just to be clear, I don't want anybody to think like, well, maybe we're taking this shit out of context and it's not as bad. Like, the video really isn't as bad as you think. All right, so here's the woman, Jen, Jenn, on YouTube. I don't know how you fucking find that, but good luck. And she's got a video called, Is Sex Bad for Kids? Now, this shouldn't be a question, but here you go.
Hey guys, today I want to talk about sex and how it relates to kids. So,
It does.
sort of the general idea in
Yeah, it
society
shouldn't.
is that sex plus kids is really bad. Basically, the idea is that kids can't handle sex and that any sort of sexual contact involving kids, and especially if it is an adult with a kid, then it's like really traumatizing.
And for those wondering, just listening to the audio version of this, this looks and seems like a totally normal woman. You wouldn't assume pedophile.
Sex is a really positive thing. Sex is a way to show affection to someone, to show how much you love them. It's a way
Not
of communicating.
to a kid.
It is something to do
I
for
really
fun
love my
and
newborn
pleasure.
son.
Yeah. How do I show my kid I love him? Well, I guess I could
don't have
suck
ice
his
cream
dick.
money.
I guess I could suck his dick if I really want him to know. And by the way, this video, you can jump to any point in the video. I'm just going to jump to a random point and hit play. And it is equally terrifying and cringeworthy. Listen to this.
I think that in
Random
this one
point.
particular situation, the adults would somehow be taking advantage of kids. I mean, if adults were going to just take advantage of kids in that situation, then I'm sure they would take advantage of kids in any other situation too.
Yes! Yes, without question. Yes. These are bad people. Yes, taking advantage of a child is a bad thing. What are you talking about, woman? I'm just going to skip one more time. Just see what happens when I skip.
In sexual situations to keep them out of it and tell them that it's wrong for them to want that. I mean, there are kids out there who, are more interested in sex from an earlier age. There are kids out there who are naturally sexually attracted to adults, just as there are adults who are primarily sexually attracted to kids.
Not okay. Can we all say that together? Robert, can you say that with me right now? Not okay.
You know, Jesse, I think you're being really ageist right now. So.
Yeah, I probably am. I should probably consider the children who might want to fuck me. Skylar, would you have a problem if I fucked a kid?
Well, I'm, for all kinds of love, so
Okay.
no.
All right. Well, Skylar's more woke than I am. Yeah, Big Al.
If you're listening to the audio version, the stuff behind her makes it look like she might have kids. It's very
Yes.
colorful
Oh, yeah.
and
Yeah, we don't know for sure. We haven't done in-depth digging on Jen yet, but Skylar and I are both pretty fucking sure she's got kids.
I can't remember exactly what she said, but she mentions at one point, it was very specific. It made it, whatever she said, it sounded like she has at least a kid. One child, at
Right.
least.
that's
Horrible.
horrifying.
Terrifying. It's absolutely the worst fucking thing there could be. Because she almost certainly is fucking her own children. And if she doesn't have kids, she's got access to them. And look at her. Who would deny access to children for this woman? She looks like she could be a teacher. She looks like she could be your cool aunt. This is a woman who no one would go... Because that's the thing. Guys, white men especially, it's automatically assumed we're pedophiles. That's like a thing. In the same way that you guys like to say I look like a school shooter, I also sometimes hear pedophile just because I'm a white dude. By the way, I dare you to find me a school shooter I look like.
We legally can't sit next to a kid on an airplane that's unaccompanied.
Is that true? I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, you'll get moved.
I honestly had no idea about that. That's insane.
Yeah.
Okay,
know
and
what?
why did you try to do that, by the way?
I've never been on an airplane before, so
You've never been on an airplane? Oh,
Nope.
because of the seating problem.
Actually, I wanna mention something real quick. I used to work at a law firm. I was a receptionist, and it was the type of lawyers that defended the criminals. And I got a little nosy, and I snuck through some files, and there were a few pedophilia files going on, and honestly, most of them were black guys for some reason, I noticed.
Well, yeah, no, that tracks. I believe only black people are pedophiles. Anyway, no, that's actually very interesting. I have some theories on that, but it's just too much to get into right now. All right, Big Al, you got anything else for me? I'm going to let free this up so other people can get in.
No, go ahead. I just sent you the link to the article of why men can't sit next to kids.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Big Al. And remember, if you want to call in, we're live as we are every Sunday and Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time over at podawful.tv. We've got our Skype line open here, and we've got the video version going as well. You can watch us live, podawful.tv, any Sunday or Wednesday. We've got the chat room going on. Skylar, anything going on in that chat of note right now?
No.
Okay.
Sorry.
Just make it seem like there is, because it's a show.
Yeah, but I can't.
All right, I will never ask you again.
They're talking about other things.
I'll just never ask you again. That's retarded. I don't know. I don't look like a pedophile. I think it might specifically be you, Mr. PS, says Chewy in the chat room. See, that would have been a perfect comment
It just popped up. You asked me before that
Your
happened.
Your thing's late. That's been up there for me. All right, so Skylar, it's a show. Come on.
I'm aware.
All right.
But they were talking about other things. What do you want me to do? Make something up?
Now, the big news in Robert Land, again, he's an autist. He's a pedo. He's a weirdo on the internet. He's a fat guy. He's a midget. He's many things we like to make fun of. On top of all of that, Robert Robinson, ladies and gentlemen, is a weeb. He is a weeb. We've had a whole show about weebs. And he's very proud of the fact that he's recently had some anime artwork done of him. Let me show you this anime artwork they've got of him. Now, he's had about 4 or 5 of these pictures done, these drawings done of him as an anime character. And he loves showing these off. He got so excited on YouTube about his new anime profile picture. Well, it turns out Robert is now claiming that he's got a fan. See, one of Robert's big things is that he claims he's got all these fans, and he's always lying. He has no fans. Nobody's following him. He'll say he got all these comments on a video. There's no comments. You can go to the video. There ain't no comments there. Robert's now claiming that the person drawing him this anime is a fangirl of his, and this was fan art done. Now, we assumed when we first saw this anime stuff, immediately, what did I say about it, Skylar?
Immediately you said that he's probably paying someone on Fiverr.
Yes, Fiverr. Fiverr.com, Fiverr.com. You can pay somebody $5 to get, simple shit done. And one of those things is commonly cartoon portraits of yourself. So that was the first thing I said about it. But no, he claims there's a girl that he now refers to as Anime Girl. And let's now go down the rabbit hole that is Anime Girl with Robert Robinson.
So, it turns out that the person who's been drawing the anime of me, the 2 images that are the more cartoony ones, not the really professional looking one, turns out that person is a local person.
Oh,
they live literally
how convenient.
Off of a street that is near the Capitol building, and they want to meet me. It's purely a business meeting kind of like thing. I mean, platonic friendship kind of thing. I mean, they're under 18, but they're above the age of consent for Maine anyways, but there's never been any conversation about sex.
So how does it go? Immediately it goes to sex with him. He's just talking about somebody who's a fan of his and sending him anime, but he's got to clarify, while he legally could I could legally fuck this girl because she's 16. I'm not going to. That's not what I'm saying, but could I? Yes. What does that have to do with anything?
Sexual things, because it's not that type of relationship, and I would never
Okay. So it's not that
I
type
would
of
never
relationship.
have sex with a fan.
Actually, you got to
anyway.
hear this part. You got to hear this part. I forgot about this part. He says, "I'll never have sex with a fan anyway."
Because it's an uneven balance of power, it's that's not cool. You don't date people or have sex with people who are fans because you have a predatorial position of power over them. So
Now,
yeah.
Skylar, does this sound familiar in any way to
Jesse,
you?
I feel so preyed upon.
Yeah, so of course Skylar was a fan of the show, and now I'm fucking her like a animal. And so
Yeah.
it feels like maybe he's making a reference to us. He clears it up later that he wasn't, but
Sure.
seems a lot like a reference to us, and that is something he does a lot in his videos.
Anyways, bye.
That's how every Robert Robinson video ends, by the way. Guys, take a shot every time you hear him go, okay, whatever, anyways, bye. He has no idea how to end a video because it occurs to him once the videos only conclude, he only stops talking once he realizes, why am I recording this? Who is this for? Why am I doing this? Why have I made 1,300 videos in the past week? This is a guy who makes videos constantly. So Anime Girl, that's the fan art girl. He calls her Anime Girl. She's 16, and he's loving it. And we've got some more. Robert goes on with some more stuff about Anime Girl. Now, he wouldn't fuck her. Let's be clear about that.
Hey guys, it's Rob, and I'm outside. It's been a while since I've been able to stand out on my porch, and that's for a reason that I can't discuss. But yeah, I went and I met that girl who draws the anime, and
So now he's met her. They've met in real life. This is a real person that he's met. Now, of course, I don't think for an instant that this is a real human being at the time when I was watching this. Originally, I didn't believe that for a second. Now, we might have some facts for you that actually proves the Anime Girl is real. We'll get to that in just a bit. But of course, your mind immediately goes to, there's no way this person exists. Robert has no fans. She just happens to be nearby. She just happens to be 16, the perfect age for Robert to talk about, where he can imply that he's going to fuck her and it's legal, and you can't say anything about it legally against him.
she wanted to meet me. She didn't want money or anything like that. She just wanted to meet me. She's going to continue to draw anime of me for free, and then I make money off of it through Patreon, and then donate the money to the web forum where it's all being posted on. And then, but just a little weird, she has like only a 0.1 internet footprint. Like when you look for her, you only find like that she has an account on that website where the anime is being shared, and apparently it's because she's like 16 and homeschooled. And
16 and loving it.
I met her parents. Her parents are aware of me. They're allowing me to talk to her and all kinds of other shit.
Yeah, okay, so this is part of Robert's fantasy. A big part of Robert's fantasy is not just to fuck a child, but he likes it when the parents are okay with it and give him permission, and they like him too. So he's met her parents too. They like him.
Well, he probably doesn't want to get in trouble again.
No, he doesn't want to get in trouble again. Of course not.
Yeah.
But again, are we talking about a real human being here either? But we know for a fact Robert's fantasy is for a parent to go, you want to fuck my kid? Here's my beautiful daughter. Do you want to fuck her? Because he has posted chat logs onto YouTube and different places online where he pretends to be talking to an adult woman who is saying basically exactly that to her. You can see it in our Facebook group. We have all this stuff in our Facebook group, by the way. Join our Facebook group, podolf.com/cult. We've, one of our listeners, Ludi, has posted a bunch of the stuff there. It's truly terrifying. He actually transcribed some of it, and I wish I could get into all of that tonight. But that is definitely his fantasy here.
The whole fucking time. They were there the whole fucking time. So, I mean...
What the fuck?
And there's nothing sexual about it.
Nothing sexual about it.
You can hang out with anybody.
Nothing sexual about it. Now, let's remember the consent laws. He immediately follows that up with what the consent laws are. You can hang out with anybody.
Or talk to anybody, especially if the parents know that, and the parents consent to, and whatnot. So, don't call the fucking cops on me because it's ridiculous.
Stop
and I'm
calling
under
them.
no obligation to identify her or anything. Especially, she's fucking homeschooled, and her parents barely let her online. They let her watch YouTube.
For good reason.
And they let her on the stupid forum thing where the anime is being posted, so... Yeah, and...
See, now, big hint. The forum where the anime thing is being posted. I think we need to be investigating these forums. Maybe we have been. I don't know. Maybe we found Anime Girl. Maybe I know her personally. Maybe it's a Fiverr person. Maybe it's a real person that I've now met.
So, I was pretty impressed. I mean, she does photography stuff, but she doesn't post it online. She has this really good camera. And, we took a photo together, and...
This sounds like a guy writing a fanfic for himself, right? Doesn't this sound like a guy who's like he's just making this up as he goes. He's like, what would be my ideal fantasy here?
I guess she's gonna turn that into an image. So that should be pretty cool. I might share that with people for free because just the nature of it, meeting with fans.
Oh yeah, one of the things is that Robert has a Patreon now, where if you pay for his Patreon, you can see his other anime pics.
Don't know when it's going to be done.
Jesus. Just leave that in. It's all good.
I'm probably going to wait a couple weeks anyways after it's even done anyways. But pretty
okay, anyway,
pretty
whatever, bye.
Anyways, bye.
Every time. Every time. All right, anyways, bye. Whatever, bye. Okay, so that's the whole Anime Girl thing. She's going to now draw a picture of Robert and her together. He's met her. They took a photo together. Now she's working on that. Now, again, do we believe... should we take a consensus in the chat room, Skylar, maybe? Let's see what they're saying in there. Guys, if you believe Anime Girl is a real human being, type 69 in the chat room. If you believe that she is a person he paid on Fiverr or a similar website to draw anime pictures of him, type 911, please. 69 if you believe him, 911 if you don't. We'll get that consensus in just a second. And remember, you can call in if you are lost in any way or if you can help me with this timeline tonight. I'd love a call from you. Our name is Podawful on Skype. Podawful on Skype. And while we wait for that answer on there, we'll let Skylar tally the votes. Why don't we head on over to the Podawful mini fridge? Okay, we are, of course, brought to you by Dr. Pepper. Remember, Dr. Pepper, it's the only medicine that keeps Mr. Daddy, me, going, or else I'll die from my genetic bone disease. A lot of you didn't know I had one of those. If you've got your Dr. Peppers ready at home and you're not a pedophile named Robert Robinson, go ahead and crack them open with me and let's enjoy the evening as we delve into the fact that Robert now is claiming to go on a trip with Anime Girl. Actually, we're going to take a call real quick. We've got a call from Yusuf. Yusuf, hello.
Yo, what's up, Jesse?
Nice to talk to you, Yusuf. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
Good, good. What do you have to say?
Well, about a week ago,
Yes.
I guess I checked this Robert Robinson's Instagram,
Okay, good.
and I saw someone commenting on him, and I think it was a girl maybe. So I go on into her account, and I see different pictures of her. Some pictures for her, like smelling her hair or something,
Right.
and some pictures it's not even the same girl. So maybe he made this account up.
Almost
someone
certainly.
commenting
Yeah.
on his.
Well, again,
on his-
Robert has many fake accounts. He has gone and he has pretended to be girls before. In fact, when I first became aware of Robert, he was under a girl account named Jessica Winter, and a lot of his fake female accounts will have a last name that has to do with winter or snow or something like that. That seems to be a recurring theme with him. So it probably
maybe.
was him. You're probably right.
So in the chat, they have universally everyone is saying 9/11, and Pudding Boy mentioned he also did 9/11, which is actually not true because he was never in New York.
That's true. So, but 9/11 actually wasn't in New York. That's part of the conspiracy.
Oh yeah.
So, Yusuf, by the way, how do you feel about 9/11? Your name is Yusuf, of course, so I have to ask.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't really know what to say right now.
No, seriously though, Yusuf, where are you
All
from?
eyes on me. Well, right now I'm living in Stockholm,
Okay.
Sweden,
Oh, well.
representing Syria.
So you're one of the refugees.
Yeah, kinda.
Cool. Well, my apologies to Sweden for your intrusion on them. Of
Yeah,
course,
I'm sorry for that.
our
too.
heart goes out to all your neighbors.
All my neighbors are fucking Somalis, so
Oh, okay. Well, then my heart goes out to you, of course. Now, do they have Dr. Pepper in Sweden? I am about to crack open a cold one here.
actually, yeah, we do have them.
Okay, well, I'm going to assume you've got one too, and if you'll give me a second here, and I'll come right back to you, I'm going to crack open my Dr. Pepper right now and enjoy it. And again, guys, you can crack open yours at home. Here we go. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. There we go. And let's take a sip. Beautiful, delicious, beautiful stuff. Crisp, refreshing, cool. Dr. Pepper. And you can help out our sponsor by going to our iTunes page, podawful.com/iTunes, and leave a review. Hit 5 stars and leave a review for Dr. Pepper on our iTunes page. Don't mention Pod Awful. It's not a review for our show, just a review for Dr. Pepper. We still get Dr. Pepper reviews on there, and it's still the most ridiculous thing on earth. Yusuf, what do you think? Anime Girl, is she real or is she made up by Robert?
She is fake as fuck, bruh.
Fake as fuck, bro.
She is made up by him. Like, obviously the guy is making up a lot of shit. He is sick.
Sick in the
You
head.
can tell that. He's sick in the head, yeah. So he needs help, bruh.
And now, is there anything that we need? Is there anything that we should say? Is there anything you're missing out on here? Am I getting the whole story?
Yeah, kinda. Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'm, with everything.
All right. Well, why don't you sit on the line with me here? I'm going to play another video. This
Yeah,
one's
sure.
called Anime Girl, the most talented girl on Earth. And this is all about Robert's new picture, the Anime Girl. Remember, he claims that he took a photograph with her and she's turning it into an anime drawing. That's his claim. So that's what this video is about. Yusuf, you can let me know what you think about it. And remember, guys, if you want to call in, you can join Yusuf and me on the Skype line here. @PodAwful is the Skype thing.
Hey guys, it's Rob, and the default, like the thumbnail of this video is a work in progress by Anime Girl. So she's very talented. So let's give her a hand.
Okay.
So creepy.
Anybody catching what's creepy about what just happened? Anybody at all?
You should burn this, bro.
Do I get rid of this?
No.
Do I have to get rid of this? I feel like the first time he used the Miami Sound Machine on one of his videos, of course, our sound effects thing I call the Miami Sound Machine. The first time he used it, I thought, okay, I can never do that again. And I feel every time I'm reminded that he has one of these, I'm disgusted by it, which means he's going to start, now that I'm saying this, he's going to start using it a lot more again, of course, because he will watch this episode if he's not already watching. So let's, but he's going to explain his use of it. Let's actually let him talk about it.
So yeah, I wasn't using that for a long time because I saw it as a way of, like, trying to make amends with Jesse PS by not using it. But it's apparent that he doesn't care about trying to be civil with me, so fuck
Nope.
him. But yeah, so whatever, bye.
Every fucking time. I swear to God, every fucking time. Yusuf, I'm sorry I put you on hold because we got a call from somebody on video. We've got Wooly Willy himself, the Jappa Jew. Steven is here. Hi, Steven.
Hello.
And, of course, I would give you the applause, but it seems so inappropriate right now.
Yeah.
What do you think? Should I still be using the applause or no?
And sorry, I can hear myself back.
Yeah, your audio is real weird. Give us a call back. Give us a call back.
All right.
All right. Let's switch back over to Yusuf here. Yusuf, you still there?
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, Yusuf. Sorry about that. We're gonna take a call from a guy with video. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Thanks, man. Let's get Steven back on here. Steven, you there?
Yeah, I'm trying it without the video this time. So it's
Okay,
better.
that makes sense. All right, we'll still take your call. So, Steven, what are you thinking about Robert here?
Yeah. I'm a little bit late on the whole thing. Like, I think the first time I heard about him was the Friday Night Hangout explosion where he was on, and I didn't understand why he was getting so much hate. So you quickly brought it up, and we talked about that.
Yeah.
And it was really weird. I think one thing though, like he mentioned that he was, what was it, like Scientologist, or he was in Scientology.
Shit, fuck, man, I forgot about that shit. Another thing, Robert is literally every goon thing we talk about. Robert is a Scientologist, no joke. He grew up, according to him, he grew up in the cult of Scientology.
Yeah, which I think is like the excuse that he made, like, oh, I didn't talk to girls, or I wasn't out with girls before.
Right.
So now that I'm here, that's like I wanted young pussy or something. I don't know, whatever it was, whatever excuse he made.
Excuses.
And that he promised that, like, okay, I'm past that. And I remember you forgave him at that point, and a lot of people gave you shit for that.
Okay,
too.
so just to be clear, our old Friday show, Friday Night Hangout Explosion, Robert came on one night. He was sitting in the hangout, and so I let him stay in there with us, and I acted like he's not a goon anymore. We're now friends. But it was a joke. But a lot of the listeners thought I was being serious. People actually left the show over that. People left the hangout. They left the chat room. They were freaking out about this, thinking it was a joke, guys. I hate Robert Robinson, just so we're clear. Like, don't ever assume something like that isn't a joke. Steven, do you want to see the end result of Anime Girl's drawing of her with Robert?
I mean, the less you show of Robert, the better. But I so down this rabbit hole now.
Well, you gotta see it. You got just to understand what's going on here. You have to see this.
Oh my God!
Take a look, ladies and gentlemen. This is Anime Girl and Robert Robinson, a couple's photo where Robert has his arm around her, and Robert, remember, is 5'2", but he's towering over her. There's cherry blossoms in the background. I mean, this whole thing is so ridiculous. But do you notice, Steven, anything in particular about that drawing? This is the first time we've seen Anime Girl. Do you notice anything particularly strange about Anime Girl? Anything about, like, what she looks like that kind of...
There seems to be something in her hair.
There seems to be a little something familiar to me. I can't put my finger on it. Skylar, what do you think about Anime Girl and the way she... Do you think Anime Girl is cute?
Well, yeah, because she looks like me.
Ladies and gentlemen, Anime Girl is Skylar. So, now some of you might be thinking, does that mean Anime Girl is Skylar the one who's been drawing this stuff for him, all that kind of stuff?
Oh, no, not for any amount of money.
No, of course not. Now, Steve, I'm going to let you go. We got Chewy calling in. Thank you very much for your call. Let's get Chewy on the line. Chewy, hi there. How's it going?
Hello.
What do you think about Anime Girl?
She looks creepily like Angie.
Oh, you think she looks like Angie?
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, see, no, I have to disagree. I think 100% she looks like Skylar. If you take a close look, Anime Girl.
Let's see.
Anime
Zoom in a bit.
Anime Girl has a streak of blonde in her hair, much like my wife Skylar has a streak of blonde in her hair. So it's very, and the glasses, the whole thing. Now we do know that Robert has a thing for girls that look like Angie, and of course he's also into Asians. He's a weeb. But I think it goes without saying that this is a portrait of Skylar. I think the blonde gives it away. I have to say, when we first saw this picture, it wasn't colored in yet, and we didn't put it together. But the second he put it up colored, I go, oh my God, Anime Girl is you, Skylar. Isn't that terrifying? And now if Robert Robinson, Chewy, if Robert Robinson, one of your best friends, if he...
Disavow.
If Robert Robinson put up a picture of himself and this girl that he's like slowly starting to claim he's got a crush on, which we do have a video of him saying exactly that, so I can prove that. If Robert Robinson put up a photo or a drawing of himself and it looked a lot like your wife with him, Chewy, how would you react to something like that?
I don't know. Violently, maybe. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's not. I will tell you up front, not a good feeling. But then I thought, you know what? I'm not even going to say anything. Let's just see where this goes. It turns out, though, other people apparently were saying it to him. Because I had not made a comment on this when he then uploaded this video. Take a gander at this one. Let me share this with Chewy so he can watch as well.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, that's much better. There's a long delay on the stream.
Hey guys, it's Rob, and I am out on the porch. I just smoked a cigarette because I'm pissed off. So apparently, because I go after a certain archetype of girl, right? I like Asian girls. I like girls with glasses. I like girls with darker hair. Apparently, that means that now anime girl doesn't exist, and that the image
that's why
that I posted as proof that she exists is supposedly...
Well, hang on a second. I got to point this out. Let's keep in mind that in Robert's sick, diseased mind, a drawing of a person is proof they exist. And that's going to come in handy later, okay? Let's remember that.
You see my proof that Batman exists?
Because there's wait a second. You're not trying to say to me that Batman isn't real, right? Because I read all those biographies on him from the comic book store.
Yeah, no, he's real. There's two pictures of him right there, actually. So
there you go.
That's how you can tell.
That's how you know. They made movies about him too, so you know for sure.
On Skylar and all this other fucking bullshit. It just seems like no matter what I do, he has some way of discrediting me or something like that. But I shouldn't be surprised. He's like a professional troll.
Thank you.
He's a professional internet asshole.
Thank you.
So.
Wungus Bungus in the chat says, "Can we all chip in and donate some baboon teeth to Robert or something?"
Yeah, again, Robert, very toothless, very terrifying. So what do you think of that, Joey? What do you think of all these goings on?
I think he's a fucking weirdo, man. It's really unfortunate that he's inserted himself into your life. There doesn't seem to be anything you can do to get rid of him.
Well, I will tell you this. I know a secret about Robert. Now, Robert keeps trying to tell me that Anime Girl is definitely real, that me saying that she's not is pissing him off. I know for a fact that Robert actually has a black boyfriend that he is not telling us about. And I have the proof, and I will show it to you soon. But first, Robert is claiming that he's going to New Mexico with Anime Girl. This is a new development as well. Check this out. This is hilarious.
Hey guys, it's Rob, and this is a special announcement. I am going to New Mexico with Anime Girl and her parents, and it's pretty awesome. I mean, she wanted to bring me, and she said that she wanted to bring me, and they had, an extra space because her uncle was supposed to go, and then he couldn't. So, you know, they want me to go, and even though, you know, me and her are just friends, and there's a big age gap because she's 16 and I'm like 34. You know, they're perfectly fine with it because they understand that we're just friends.
Again,
Because
that's
she watches me on YouTube.
just friends, and that's part of his sickness, is he wants the parents to be okay with this.
Shit like that. So, yeah. So that's it. You know, there won't be videos or anything.
Oh,
But,
weird. Guys, there won't be videos. Shocking. Shocking he won't bother putting any videos up of this, because that would require proving it's happening. Now, remember, Chewy, he is claiming that this is nothing sexual, right? And that he's not interested in her, even though it's legal. And yet I found Robert posting on Reddit and saying exactly the opposite. We have Robert's confirmed Reddit account. It's called user War is Coming Soon. And he posts a lot on the subreddit incels. Are you familiar with incels, Chewy?
No, what is incels?
Incel is short for involuntarily celibate, meaning I can't get laid. And it's a bunch of guys sitting around being forever alone. He also posts to Forever Alone a lot. And and whining to each other about how they don't get laid. That's basically it. He posted this video and others to the Forever Alone section, to the incel section of Reddit. And he asks, should I go to New Mexico or not? He actually put up a poll where most people voted no. And someone on Reddit asks him, how likely do you think it is that you sleep with her? And he responds, I think if I have her alone in a hotel room, then maybe.
Ew.
But
ew,
again,
ew.
this isn't something sexual for him. He doesn't want to fuck a 16-year-old girl. He wouldn't do that to a fan. And yet, on Reddit, it's a different story. So the guy asks him, what would be different about being alone with her in a hotel room than, say, being alone with her any other time you hang out? You mentioned being friend-zoned. This is a notoriously difficult situation to navigate your way out of. Do you have a contingency plan in case your dream scenario goes sideways? Like, if you get shot down, do you stay on the trip and let everything be awkward and weird? Or are you going to take a Greyhound home? And then he says, I have never been alone with her. Maybe if I had time alone with her. I don't know. So he is trying to fuck her, but
She doesn't exist, though.
well, again, I don't know, Chewy. I think I might have found proof that she's real.
So you think this 16-year-old girl's parents met him and just think he's great and want to take him on vacation?
Look, all I know is I have proof that she might be real, and I'm going to reveal that at the end of this episode. Now, again, I also have proof that Robert is having a sexual romantic relationship with a black man named Tyrone, and I can prove that to you as well. This is very exciting stuff. Now, Robert is already, because the pressure's on to prove that he is going to New Mexico, he claims that the New Mexico trip starts June 2nd, but he's still uploading videos after that time. Now what he's doing is when he uploads a video, he backdates it to a day before June 2nd. He is claiming he is currently in New Mexico with Anime Girl. That's his claim. But he made a video saying, should I go? He puts up a poll asking people. You can tell he wanted a way to back out of it. And there's a particularly interesting way he tried to back out of it. He made this video, and listen to his excuse why he won't have any proof that he went.
So another reason why I'm fucking pissed off right now is because I've been told that I'm free to come on the trip, but I'm not supposed to film or take photos or anything while I'm on the fucking trip. So it's like, oh,
convenient.
Oh, cool. Another fucking trip where I go someplace and nobody will fucking believe that I went. So, you know, all this fucking talk that I've been talking about going somewhere. And now people aren't gonna fucking believe it after it happens. So now I have to either go.
He's manic. Do you hear how fucking...
Yeah, what a fucking lunatic this guy is. It sounds like he's about to cry.
Yes, he is manic over this. Oh, I'm not going to be able to do this.
And lie and say that I didn't, or go and say that I went because I did, and then have nobody fucking believe me. So
He has at no point, by the way, explained why they're going to New Mexico in particular, why he, as a stranger, would be invited along on a family trip there. None of his videos explain any of this. None of them.
Also, why is he doing this video while walking? Like, just sit down, dude.
Well, a lot of his videos, and you know this guy, a lot of his videos are him walking around being a fucking weirdo.
I mean, he should be walking. He's...
Well,
Taking a stranger to New Mexico isn't half as weird as taking Robert Robinson specifically to New Mexico for any reason.
Oh, by the
way, I don't believe there's a family on the planet that wants to bring this guy along anywhere.
Of course. And by the way, Chewy, what did you think about the revelation that Robert Robinson is 5'2"?
Oh, I thought that's really funny. What a fucking loser.
All right, let's keep watching this.
yeah, hooray! So I'm a little pissed off, and I know I've already expressed all this shit to them. I've expressed that I have feelings. I've expressed that I'm a little pissed off that I'm going on a trip and I can't film. I can't take photos. Can't do any of that shit. Like, they don't even want me bringing my fucking cell phone with me. But I convinced them. I was like, I kind of need my phone. It's my phone. It's my only connection.
Yeah, so, all right. So you invite this weird, random, toothless stranger to go hang out with your daughter in New Mexico with you guys. But the thing you say is, the only thing, you can't take any pictures, and you also can't bring your cell phone. Totally normal, everyday scenario.
Maybe they're going to kill him.
Maybe, ooh, that's actually... Maybe this should have... Robert, please go to New Mexico on this trip, please.
To the world. So, they're allowing me to bring my phone.
It's a witch hunt.
So,
this is a witch hunt, I tell you.
Maybe I can, film when they're not around or something like that. Maybe I'll have some time to myself. Maybe they won't fucking care about that. Hope not. I gotta do something. It doesn't matter anyways, because people just accuse me of faking shit anyways.
Shocking.
So I might as well not even bother.
Because we've proven over and over again, Robert, that you do fake shit. You do. You have a million different accounts where you pretend to be different people. You lie and say you're getting all these comments coming in on videos. You're never getting any comments. All right, thank you very much, Chewy. We're going to take another call.
Yeah.
We've got Paul calling in. Hi there, Paul.
Heidi-ho.
Heidi-ho, Paul. What's up?
So first of all, beyond your proof, it's pretty clear who the picture looks like.
Yeah.
I don't know what Chewy was talking about.
Well, yeah, no, I think he was joking around. Obviously, it's Skylar. Looks exactly like her. But I think that's a coincidence, to be quite honest with you, Paul.
Well, you have more information than we do at this point.
That's true, but when I first saw it, I go, okay, this is what he's doing. This is his whole thing, is he's pretending like now he's got a girlfriend, and it just happens to look like my wife, except a 16-year-old anime.
Were you hesitant to show her?
To show Skylar?
Yes.
Well, one, he tagged Skylar and I in the video. When he first put out the video showing the drawing, it was tagged with @Podawful and @Drainhair, and sent
I didn't even know
to
you could
us.
do that.
Now, originally, the YouTube title said "Coming soon @Podawful @Drainhair," so it's clearly a missile sent to us. Why would he tag us in that if it wasn't because it looks like Skylar? And then
Well, he's crazy.
Well, and then he removed those tags after he got called out on it. In fact, it was after he put out that video where he said, anime girl doesn't look like Skylar. That's when that mysteriously disappeared from the title. I've never seen him edit a title like that before.
What time did he post the video? Do you know?
I don't know. He's posted all hours.
Well, it's just pretty clear at this point. 4 a.m. is when he hits the peak of his craziness during the day.
True. Now,
my other thing was,
Go
are
ahead.
we positive that this Reddit account is his only one?
oh no, I'm sure he's got millions of them, but
Okay,
this is the
because it's
most-
only 17 days old.
This is the most relevant one. Now, he made this Reddit account specifically to get at me. That's a tale for another time, I guess.
No, if you remember.
No, Paul. No, Paul. So trust me, there's a different thing going on. But let me say this: Robert tried to launch an attack against me. It was so limp-dicked that it's not even worth talking about on the show. To be perfectly honest, it's so we don't care. It didn't work at all. Nobody gave a shit. It's pathetic. Now here's my response though. I have proof that Anime Girl does in fact exist. Anime Girl is not. Of course we thought it was a Fiverr thing at first. We thought he was just paying for these drawings. He's not. And I finally do believe him. It's actually perfect. And I'll tell you why right after we watch just a little second of this. Now remember, Robert claims he wants nothing sexual to do with Anime Girl. He's not a pedophile. He's not attracted to her. It's only friendly. That's his public stance on it. But then, of course, I found this little gem in the middle of a video about K-pop girls that he made. Let's take a listen to, pay attention to the first thing he says, and then keep listening because something he says is going to be very interesting.
A girl I'm crushing on that is both a real person and an anime, which is crazy.
So that's, of course, Anime Girl he's talking about. He says he's crushing on her.
And I'm an anime too, so I could be my own husbando. Or however you pronounce it. I don't know. A husbando is like the male version of that. Because I
pretending like he doesn't know.
Yeah.
Anime.
Yeah, so he's an anime because he's got these anime drawings of him. Now listen
I
to
don't
this.
see other people who oppose me. They're not animes.
Interesting you should say that, Robert. Because you want to know who's an anime now? Me, a person who opposes you. Ladies and gentlemen, I found Anime Girl. In real life, I sought her out. We looked for her on the internet. We sent some of our best autists after her. We found her. She really does live in Augusta, Maine. I personally flew out, and this is how I know he's not really in New Mexico. Now, that is where he's lying. He did not go to New Mexico with her. In fact, I met Anime Girl in person. I flew out to Augusta, Maine. I asked her, did she meet with Robert? She said yes. She said he's disgusting. He smells bad. He wears a diaper. She says she found out he's a homosexual and has a boyfriend named Tyrone. That's how I found that out. And I got my photo taken with Anime Girl, and she now draws anime for me. Anime Girl is now my girl, and I have all the proof you need right here for you. Ladies and gentlemen, check it out. I am now the boyfriend, and Skylar, you said this is okay with you, right?
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Skylar's getting cucked.
Skylar's getting cucked. I am now the boyfriend of Anime Girl. Ladies and gentlemen, check it out. How do you like that? Huh?
I'm digging the muscles.
Thank you. Yeah, well, she saw me with my shirt off, so she knows how muscular I am because I fucked this 16-year-old girl. And again, it's legal in Maine, but there I am with Anime
It's also
Girl.
legal in anime.
It's actually not young enough in anime. You need it.
Of course, I have.
So you're saying she's too old. It's illegal now.
Yes, exactly, exactly. But there I am, as you can see. And guys, if you're listening to the audio version of this, I'll put a link to it in the description if you don't want to go check out the full video thing to find it. There will be a link to this photo if you want to go spread it around. In fact, we want to make sure Robert sees this picture because we want him to know Anime Girl doesn't like him. In fact, she told me specifically that she wants him to leave her alone. She doesn't want to be bothered by him anymore. She finds him repulsive, as any normal thinking human would. But Anime Girl and I are now, we are dating. And what we decided, Skylar and I, is that when Anime Girl turns 18, she's going to move here and we're going to become a throuple.
Yes, that's correct. And actually, I'm totally fine with this because, of course, as you know, I'm a fan of you, and so I have to do what you say.
You have to do what I say because, the implications.
Yeah.
So
there's a power struggle.
There's a power struggle between us, and you should never fuck your fans, but I already started fucking you, so now you got to do what I say.
I'm aware, yeah.
So
I accept.
You also thought it was kind of hot that Anime Girl is a 16-year-old weeaboo girl who kind of looks like you.
Yeah, I that's something that I'm strangely really into.
It was a really weird thing. But ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, this is 100% Anime Girl art. I can prove that if need be, but obviously this is exactly the same art as she draws, and I am now...
Hey, now no one has to act on OK Stupid.
That's true. Now we can just use Anime Girl for when we do the OK Stupid episodes. Now, here's the thing, though. Another big reveal is... Of course, Anime Girl told me that Robert is in a homosexual relationship with a man named Tyrone, and I, of course, have proof of that as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, here is my proof of Robert Robinson and Tyrone together at last.
Wow, I see the hearts.
In love. You can tell they're in love because of the hearts.
And you know his name's Tyrone because look at the tattoo.
So, yeah, exactly. Yes, Robert has a tattoo on his arm in this picture that's got a heart that says Tyrone. But there you go. Robert is a homosexual man attracted only to black people. And now here's the thing about Robert. Robert's been putting out a lot of those videos of himself with Anime Girl, that drawing of him with Anime Girl. And what he does is he puts them over top of different backgrounds. There's one right now, it's Anime Girl and I at the park, and it's just a video, like some stock footage of a park, and it's the anime version of him and Anime Girl superimposed over top of it. So here's what we've got for you. I asked Anime Girl, my new girlfriend, to draw me this proof of Robert and Tyrone being together. And remember, Robert, you told me in some YouTube comments that a drawing is proof. So this is 100% proof of you guys being together. Robert is gay.
It's a reenactment.
Yeah, this is called this is robertisgay.ping. So I asked her to make this a transparent ping, and what I'll do is, this is also in the description of this video and this podcast. What I'd like people out there to do is I'd like you to take this ping, download it, and put it over top of other images, other backgrounds. Put your own Robert videos out there that say Robert and Tyrone in this place. Get creative with it. I would love to see some videos, and let's send those to Robert so that the world knows the truth. Anime Girl, 1, is real, 2, is my girlfriend, and 3, Robert is a homosexual attracted to a black man named Tyrone. And again, if you need proof, here's all the proof you need according to Robert. Again, the link is in the description for you. I would love for you guys to make your own versions of this. Do we have anything going on in the chat room before we wrap this up, Skylar?
Ray just says black gay dudes are the weirdest, most repulsive.
Okay, well, Ray is a fucking racist. The Ray is short for racist. I guess Sist is his last name. Paul, what do you think of this amazing reveal?
I already have so many ideas.
Okay, I want to see those videos, guys. I really do.
I'm not going to make a video, but I will go ahead and MS Paint a picture together.
Something. Let's get, guys, it doesn't have to be video. Although, if you make a picture, like Paul is going to do, you can still make that into a video and upload it, you know. All you got to do is put the still picture up there, put some music under it. A lot of Robert's videos that I'm talking about are just this weird anime music, you know.
I've already seen too many.
Yes, exactly. So let's make our own and make sure that the hashtag Robert and Tyrone happens out there. And I would love to see what you've got. You can post those in our Facebook group, podawful.com/cult. Paul, anything else you want to say before I let you go?
I'd like to plug...
Okay, and Paul is gone. Now, as for Pod Awful and our plugs, make sure you join that Facebook group, like I said. Put your Robert stuff in there, and anything else you want to tell us about the show or anything like that. If you're not already a member of our cult, join our cult. And also join the Pizza Fund, podawful.pizza. That is our subscription-based donation system where you can get bonus content. We do have 2 episodes of Craigslist Roulette on the docket for you that we will be doing soon, and you can watch those live only in the Pizza Fund. It's usually a 2-hour show with non-stop prank calls from Craigslist. If you like what we do here, you're going to love the Pizza Fund. Podawful.pizza. Go support. Podawful.com/support as well will work. Skylar, anything you want to say before we go?
I misread the quote.
Okay, bye. Have an awful day.
Head over to podawful.com/iTunes and subscribe to us on iTunes. We're live every Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern at podawful.tv. Love the show? Keep it going by donating to the Pizza Fund. Podawful.com/support. And anything else you need is at podawful.com.